Woke supremacy
New
news.
lows. If you didn't think they can get any lower with the depths of depravity and disinformation and dangerousness and idiocracy, they really know no lows. There is no bottom. I'm going to show you some clips of these MAGA Republicans giving interviews and speeches over the past 24 hours to further elucidate this point. And first, I want to show you this clip of Carrie Lake. Her big issue that she's running on is the big lie. In 2022, she's running on that the 2020 election was stolen from Donald Trump. And she's running on telling the big lie that only she knows the secret information out there that the courts all rejected, that President Trump's inner circle and Bill Barr and everybody called complete bullshit and called anyone who supported it basically the idiot squad or team crazy. And this is what Carrie Lake's running on as her main platform. I'll tell you what her other main platform is in a second, but let's play this clip.
Big election integrity group that we were working with, and we spotted some issues that we have documented, and it's been put into a report. And I believe they're going to be handing that information over to our AG's office, which is the office that you would hand that over to. I'm not comfortable sharing it with the media. And I'm not accusing you of being the fake news, but of course the fake news wanted me to hand everything over. And I said, why would I hand over anything to the fake news? You guys don't report fairly. So we're going to take what we found, which were some problems, and we're handing it over to the authorities, and we're going to let them handle it. And so I will not be saying what we found, but we are making sure that gets into the proper hands, the proper law enforcement, so that they can examine it and verify that evidence and see what they can do with it to make sure that doesn't happen again in this upcoming election.
Wow, Carrie Lake, she knows the secret. She's not going to share it with the fake media, but only she knows the secret. She's got it, and she's going to give it to the proper authorities. Well, so juvenile, so dangerous. And the idiocracy here is just beyond belief. You know, she was in the media. So when she says the fake media, that was literally her job until she took this radical MAGA position and changed all of her views so that she could do whatever the wannabe fascist Trump tells her to do in the most embarrassing, humiliating, and as I mentioned before, dangerous fashion. But there she is saying that she's got secret information. I mean, how do people like look at this and go, oh, yeah, that seems about right to me? You know, her other issue, in addition to saying that the 2020 election is stolen and spreading the big lie, her other major issue is, have you heard about this? She gives these speeches in these big crowds and talks about big dick energy, BDE. And she speaks in front of the crowds and she goes, this, by the way, her main platform, in addition to the election being stolen and spreading that big lie despicably, she goes in front of the crowds and she goes, have you heard about big dick energy? And if you haven't, parents, ask your children about the big dick energy and whether Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis have the big dick energy. I mean, first off, they don't. They have the littlest dick energy in the world. Just ask Stormy Daniels, little mushroom dick energy. But setting that aside, how despicable. This is the family values party. BS. Going and telling parents to ask their kids about big dick energy. That's the speech that they're giving. Election stolen and big dicks and big dick energy. What the hell are they talking about? How does this even matter to anybody's life other than their sick, perverted minds of radical MAGA Republicans? How about we focus on issues that matter, like Democrats are doing, like lowering prescription drug prices, or protecting Medicare, or protecting Social Security, or making sure veterans who return home for fighting valiantly for our country get health care from toxic burn pits, as opposed to Republicans fist bumping each other, denying them health care. How about protecting the rights and freedoms of Americans? How about protecting and preserving the right of women to choose and allowing people to love who they want to love? How about making sure that people, irresponsible people, don't get AR-15s and shoot up schools? How about we take a global pandemic seriously? How about we treat issues that matter importantly? How about when someone steals top secret nuclear information from our government, we don't take that as a laughing matter. We take that seriously. How about we actually support law and order and what it really means? But no, the Republicans talk about big dick energy and the secret information that they're not going to share with the fake media. How absurd and ridiculous can you be? But I'll answer that question. How absurd and ridiculous can you be? Well, let's follow Herschel Walker on the campaign trail with his big issue. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a bull in a field with 6 cows. 3 were pregnant, but the bull saw 3 other cows on the hillside, and he wanted them to. If you have no clue what I'm talking about, I don't either, but this is one of Herschel Walker's main points in his big speech today. The cows, and 3 were pregnant. Play this clip.
I'll tell you this little story I heard one time. It's about everybody thinking something is better somewhere else. And I remember talking about this bull that was out in the field, and he had 6 cows with him. 3 of them was expecting calves. He had these 6 cows, but what he was worried about, he kept his nose up against the fence, seeing these other 3 cows up on the hillside. So as he's looking up on the hillside of these other 3 cows, not worried about what he got now, the grass as tall as his knees. All he had to do is eat grass. But he worried about something else. And so one day, he measured that fence up. He measured that fence up and he said, I think I can jump this fence and get over there with those other cows. Now, not worried about what he got. I can jump it. I'm going to get over there. So as he got back one afternoon, he took off running. And he dove. And as he made it over the fence, his belly got all cut up and stuff. He rolled up. And he got up and he knew he would have made it on the other side. He was so excited about it. And then he ran to the top of the hill. When he got up there, he realized that they were bulls too. And the reason I tell you that, don't think something is better somewhere else. This is a good place. And the way we make it better is by coming together. So I'm Herschel Walker. I'm going to win that Senate.
I mean, I'm fairly speechless there. What was he talking about? I mean, do you know? I mean, did that make any sense to you at all or whatsoever? But that was one of the things that Herschel Walker said. The other thing that Herschel Walker said was there was a man who got to the pearly gates. St. Pete showed him heaven and hell and let him choose. He chose hell because St. Pete tricked him. Play this clip.
And this is about this story of this man that died and he went to heaven early. And when he got to heaven, St. Peter met him at the pearly gates. And St. Peter said, you're here early right now and your name ain't on the roll. But he said, I'm going to give you an opportunity to decide where you want to go. He said, you can go to heaven or you can go to hell, and I'm going to give you a chance to decide for yourself. And he puts him in this elevator and he takes him all the way down to hell. And the doors open up and there's a party going on. There's a lot of his friends down there and they're having a good time. And so after a couple of hours ago, St. Peter came to him and said, we got to leave now, we got to leave. And he said, we got to go. He said, yeah, you got to go right now. So he puts him in this elevator, he takes him all the way up to heaven. And they get to heaven and the doors open up. And there's people floating around on clouds. They're having a good time, and they're just laughing. And after a couple of hours, St. Peter came to him and said, you ready to make the decision? And the guy said, well, St. Pete, I hate to tell you this, but I think I want to go to hell. He said, are you sure? He said, yeah, I want to go to hell. He said, that seems like my type of place. So he puts him in his elevator. They go all the way down to hell now, and when the doors open up now, it's hot. Hotter than today, it's hot. People are looking miserable. They're terrible. They're just crying. And the guy said, wait a minute, a couple of hours ago, when I was here, there was a party going on. And Satan shows up and said, a couple of hours ago, I was campaigning. The reason I'm telling you that right now is the left is campaigning. They're lying to you. They're lying to you because you can see what's happening right now. Our economy is going bad.
Okay, first off, what's he talking about, number one? And two, what does this have to do with literally anything in the election? What does this have to do with literally anything in the election? Oh, you want to know his education plan? Here, play this clip of his education plan about our kids are behind because they want to be woke and this and woke. Here, play this clip.
In our schools, you've seen it. Our kids are behind because they want to be woke. They want to be woke. What about teaching them how to write? What about teaching them how to read? What about teaching them how to spell? But right now, we've elected people to Washington that want to profit off the backs of the misery they're giving to us.
And then after giving the speech, Herschel Walker goes on the fascist propaganda network known as Fox. And this is what he says. It's time for someone else to take the seat back for the people because that people belong to, that seat belongs to the people. I'll play this clip.
As a senator, he hasn't done a good job. And it's time for someone else to take that seat back for the people because that people belongs to that seat belongs to the people of Georgia.
So there you have it. And because I made you endure those videos, but it was a learning. It was a point of learning right there. That's why I showed you those videos, because this is the Republican Party. This is who they are today. We have to see it. We have to condemn it. We have to call it out. But I'll leave you with this. Here is Barack Obama at the White House today. Let's watch what a real leader sounds like. Play the clip.
This Halloween, get the best prices on costumes, toys, treats, and more. Only at Chewy.
Robert is known for his paintings of public figures. Toni Morrison, the Dalai Lama, Nelson Mandela, Muhammad Ali. But what I love about Robert's work is that he paints people exactly the way they are, for better or worse. He captures every wrinkle on your face, every crease in your shirt. You'll note that he refused to hide any of my gray hairs, refused my request to make my ears smaller. He also talked me out of wearing a tan suit, by the way.
You know, Barack Obama is an incredible orator, an incredible speaker, as brilliant as you can be. But let's peel it back just one layer. Not every politician's Barack Obama, and I can't expect every person running for Congress or Senate to be Barack Obama-ish, you know, one of the top speakers in the history of mankind. Set that aside. But what I do want as a minimal threshold is I want politicians who care about issues that matter to people, who take their job with the seriousness in which it deserves. Not talking about conspiracy theories like Kari Lake or big dick energy or calling the FBI mobsters or monsters like Trump because he stole nuclear secrets, or Herschel Walker talking about 3 cows or 6 cows and 9 cows and 12 cows and 15 cows and St. Pete's and whatever. I need people who care about issues that will affect your life and my life and take their job very seriously. That's what this midterm is about. It's about taking issues seriously. There is one party that takes its job seriously in the Democratic Party. Does it get it right all the time? No. But do they try to get it right? Yes. Do they work hard and roll up their sleeves to get it right? Yes. And are they the only party that supports democracy? Yes. And the Republican MAGA fascist idiocracy that you just saw, that's completely unacceptable. It's completely anti-democratic. It goes against all our values here in the United States of America. Nothing else to say other than that. This has been Miedas from the Miedas Touch Network. Make sure you hit the subscribe button right now. Join the fastest growing pro-democracy movement in the world. It's a movement fueled by you, a movement fueled by democracy. And we just started a Patreon account, announcing it here exclusively for the first time, go to patreon.com/MidasTouch, patreon.com/MidasTouch. We got incredible packages. We got a Discord chat. We got postcards. We got special video content and audio content. We got ability for you to become a producer of the Midas Touch podcast. So go and check that out at patreon.com/MidasTouch. That's patreon.com/MidasTouch. Check it out. I'm Ben Meiselas. See you next time.
Midas Touch is unapologetically pro-democracy. And